by a majority of members of parliament to now condemn Indian conglomerate Adani after President William Ruto's State of the Nation address Thursday casts a spotlight on the role of parliament in abetting the executive's unpopular programs. For months, members of parliament defended the Adani deals despite serious concerns raised, including at parliamentary grillings of relevant officials, only to swing to the other side when prompted by the president. Our senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja now tells us that this is not the first time the House has dropped the ball.
President William Ruto's directive cancelling the deals between Indian conglomerate Adani Group and the government of Kenya and Parliament burst into celebrations. For a bystander watching, they would be forgiven to think that this was a major win for most of Kenya's parliamentarians after a long battle against Adani. But nothing could be further from the truth. The reactions came in thick and fast.
We are happy as the people representative that deal has been cancelled. It should not have been there in the first place because the Adanis are known. Anything they touched has been criminally laden, has not been tailor-made for the public interest, and therefore we are happy that the president right now has had the wishes and the dreams and the cries of the people of Kenya that they do not want anything to do with Adani. In particular, JKIA is our national asset, and therefore anybody who has to be associated with JKIA must be beyond reproach.
For months, most of these legislators spent energy defending the Adani deals despite heightened opposition. Parliamentary committees even grilled responsible public officials on the sticky issues when it emerged that the conglomerate had transparency issues but failed to nip it from the bud. Once again, the House is on trial.
Didn't you see that there is something wrong with these members of parliament? You are voting, you are saying something is good, you as a person or as a member of parliament, because you want to protect the government. Then after the executive says it is not good, now you again come again and support it is not good. How do those people who elected you view you? Or how do they maybe say that this is my member of parliament?
My colleagues, I want to challenge ourselves that we must not always be waiting for the president to say that this is good, then we all clap and say it is good. The president says this is bad, then we clap and say this is bad. We are going to look like we don't have a head. For heaven's sake, as members of parliament, we must change from that approach.
This reminiscent of the public discourse on the 2024 finance bill. Then, just like now, members of parliament defied demands of the public to side with the executive, only to be left with an egg on face.
If the head of the executive has made a pronouncement and that was their product, that brings to an end the issue of investigation by members of the parliament.
If you remember when they were voting for finance bill, those who were voting yes, when they won, they celebrated. After 3 days, the president said he will not accede to the bill. They celebrated again. What does that one tell you? They voted yes without knowing what they are doing. Because why do you celebrate that you have won? Then again, when the same bill is not signed, you celebrate again.
This begs the question, who do Kenyan members of parliament serve? Is it the people who sent them to parliament, or is it President William Ruto? For parliament, it seems, it is what Ruto loves, we must love, and what Ruto hates, we must hate. Ibrahim Karanja,